We are the 1st of September 2022, and I had a series of revelations over the past few days, few weeks, few months, few years actually. And on the 27th of August 2018, I knew myself to be the whole of reality. In a sense that I had always been, and that I would always be the whole of reality, because there is only God, actually. God is being. And God can only have himself as a friend and as an enemy. And this separation of God from himself, this separation of me from myself actually, is evil. But without evil, there would be the possibility of experiencing love and experiencing the world actually would not be possible. This is what I realized 4 years ago. And this is a very difficult truth to accept, because it means that I am the cause. I know from an abstract standpoint that I am the cause of all evils, all the evils that have ever been perpetrated and are being perpetrated, because I know myself to be the cause of all reality. I know that all the evils are my own evils, and that as long as I do not confront my own evil, my own negativity, I cannot be free. And being tormented physically, morally, is very difficult, but being tormented by an other, which is actually an unconscious reflection of the self, is even more difficult. And I have been working to produce this video all day. Actually, it's the result of many months and many years of work, and this is just the introduction. I reveal myself to others, which are aspects of me, and I know that I am all alone, in a sense that I have always been. And I consciously and willingly choose to wage a war on a spiritual level, which eventually has consequences upon the physical world, but I choose to wage a spiritual war against myself, because I want to abolish my own evil, and I have to exteriorize my negativity onto others. And it's partly difficult to do, but also it's kind of easy, because I have really frustration within me, frustration with myself, with my own failures, my own wickedness. But I understood that I published a video about speculative logic that I did a few days ago, that there has to be mankind has to be unified, because there is only one world, there is only one universe, there is only one mind, there is only one of us, but I'm the only one who knows this. And there has to be, mankind has to be unified. It's a logical process, and there can be no peace. And eventually I want spiritual war in order to achieve peace, which is true. There can be no peace until political, geopolitical, psychological, social, economic, peace is being established. And I understand by reading the news, I see the processes at work between the various powers on a geopolitical scale, within the various political parties or factions within each country, the tensions. I know that I have to confront and to solve all the world's problems. And I know that the current state of the world, especially in the West, but in the world at large, is some sort of a chaotic order, and I have to introduce willingly a part of chaos in order to establish order. But chaos and order cannot be thought of one without the other. Chaos is unseen order, and order is simply organized, informed chaos. So I have to take the blame for all the wrongs that have ever been perpetrated, and I can prove, and I will, that humans have been innocent for whatever they did until at least the 27th of August 2018, and even longer, because no one knows except me. It will be proven that humans are innocent, and basically I want to wage war to bring negativity into the world so that it can come back at me, and that I can find peace by abolishing my own evil, because I would like us, maybe me and others, I would like to appreciate the experience of being without feeling the remorse and the guilt, and having the abstract knowledge that I am constantly being the cause of all the wrongs. So in a way I don't care, that's why I'm evil, but in a way I do care, because the constant complaints all over the world about the situation in politics, geopolitics, etc., the problems, economic problems, social problems, they prevent me from having a good sense of self, and I need to feel good about myself by solving problems. And I want to solve all the world's problems. But in order to achieve this goal, I have to confront all the world's problems. And I take the conscious decision to reveal myself. We are living apocalyptic times. Apocalypse means revelation. And we are living in very troubled times. I could comment most verses in the Bible, in the Quran, the Kabbalah, the Bhagavad Gita. I could comment these books to show that what they talk about is what is happening in the world. I could comment the Vedas, the Upanishad, I could comment books about Chinese philosophy, about magic, about the Hermetic tradition, about Buddhist awakening, about the emerald tablets of the Hermetica, the Kybalion, all the esoteric traditions, because I know in abstraction what the world is. I know that I am the whole of reality, and that all the others are aspects of me, parts of me, and that I lost my memory, willingly or unwillingly, And now I want to recover my memory because I want my own evil to stop. So in a way, I want to pour evil into the world, negativity, chaos. Partly, I will try to limit because complete chaos it's not possible and it's not desirable. But to bring a little bit of negative anarchy into the world in order to establish positive anarchy. Because I am not completely evil. I'm not completely good, but I'm not completely evil either. But I want to take the conscious responsibility of revealing myself and living my truth. Namely, I know myself to be the whole of reality. Which is painful morally, because there has to be an other in order to share wonder or amazement or joy. And yeah, but we are all one. I will quote a passage. I can quote a New Age references. There is no way for you, which means for me actually, to not be who and what I am, a pure creative spirit. I caused myself to forget who I really am. Upon entering the physical universe, I relinquished the remembrance of myself. I am, have always been, and will always be a divine part of the divine whole, a member of the body. This is why the act of rejoining the whole, of returning to God, is called remembrance. My job on earth is to remember who I am. And a big part of my job is to remind others so that they can remember also. And I know that it is impossible to show love if there is not love, which we can call hatred or negativity or evil. And I know that the only way to experience love is to separate myself at the highest level from myself by creating evil in a way, by negating myself. And so in a way I suffer from being evil. That's why I want to abolish myself, and that's why I want to bring a spiritual war so that others will be forced to struggle against me. But yeah, I know that I am all alone. In a way, I have always been all alone. I can only have the illusion of being with others. But I take the conscious decision on the 1st of September to start my own spiritual war. I will antagonize people, not for the sake of doing this fakely, because there is real negativity in me, but I want people to live fully until the end. And I suffer genuinely in a negative sense of watching people struggle and fight and die for reasons that they ignore. So there has to be conflict. I just want people to know why they are fighting for, what they are fighting for. And I want peace, but there can be no peace, and I want peace and order, but there can be no peace and no order without an element of chaos and an element of war. And there can be no love without an element of negativity, let's call it that way. So I take the responsibility. I have to act. I have to, in a way. I want to be free, and the reason why I'm fighting and struggling is because I want to recover a memory that I lost, and I will struggle with whatever strength I have until I recover what is most precious to me, and whatever noble aspect there is in me, I owe them to maybe my greatest relationship. It's only much later that I understood that in order for a relationship to occur, there had to be separation, which is evil. I don't know as of now why this metaphysical principle takes the form that it takes in the world. Why does evil turn into all the horrors of the world? But I want to save, to protect, to preserve the most noble idea I have ever experienced. The idea of an innocent, romantic love. But I know that the price to pay to create the delusion of an innocent, romantic love between teenagers, the price to pay is evil. That I cannot pretend that I am not evil, because I know that I will be tormented psychologically every day until I accept that all the problems of the world are my problems, and I have to willingly confront them. And basically I want order, and I know that it is morally wrong to attack, either spiritually or intellectually or physically. It's wrong morally to attack others, but I have negativity within me, and I have to let go of my inner negativity. And yeah, it's difficult, but I accept the decision to reveal myself, the truth that I have found, about the experience of being. As of now, there are three holy or sacred truth. Innocent love, I call this holy. Freedom or liberty is holy because it is what enables to experience love, and life is holy as well because it is what enables to experience freedom and love. So they mutually determine one another, but also they mutually exclude one another. That's what I have discovered recently on an intellectual level, that sometimes one has to sacrifice life, one's own life or the life of others, to protect freedom. Sometimes one has to protect to sacrifice freedom in order to protect innocent love, and sometimes one has to sacrifice innocent love in order to enable or protect or promote life. So they are mutually, reciprocally excluding one another. And as of now, what I want is freedom, because I want to be able to express myself, and all people all over the world to express themselves freely, to solve the problems by lashing out their frustration, their complaints, their anger against me eventually, and I have to accept this. So for now I will fight for freedom, and I have to sacrifice life, my own life and the life of others. But my end goal is to restore the memory that I had of innocent love. And this is my ultimate purpose. So here's my trick, because the idea that I am the negative kind of give me confidence in being God, because I say to myself, God is not as good as people think he is. The negative is not as bad. I mean, there are moments which are really negative, but overall it's not as bad because they have to be balanced. So it means that God is not as good, and God has the right to cheat sometimes. And here is my my secret weapon, cheating, in a way. But actually it's not, because it's done for the sake of love. So as Nietzsche would say, whatever is done for the sake of love, yeah. So I know myself to be God. I'm not in full possession of my power, knowledge, wisdom, etc., etc. But my eternal truth, my eternal gift, my eternal freedom is the possibility of experiencing innocent love, whatever form it might take. For me, as an individual, it has taken the form of a romantic relationship between two teenagers. So innocent love, I call this holy. And I promise I will be forced to honor my promise one way or another. So I am kind of setting a trap for myself, but there are worse traps to fall into, or maybe not, but this is a trap that, yeah. I promise unconditional love to whoever fights to protect what is holy. Life is holy, freedom or liberty is holy, and innocent love is holy. So whoever fights to protect what is holy, I promise unconditional love, the possibility of experiencing innocent love must be protected by any means necessary, by all means necessary, including any means necessary. The innocence of love must be protected. Yeah. Whoever reads this and violates what is holy becomes an enemy of God. That's life. No, this is love, actually. So whoever watches this, and I will watch this video, I will be forced to fight, basically. So anyone watching this video until the end will be forced to fight for something holy that they believe in, either to fight to protect life, fight to protect freedom, or fight to protect the innocence of love. And fighting for life can mean to retreat from the struggle. It can be an inner struggle to refuse to fight. So in a sense, if people are called into any kind of battle and they say, I refuse to fight and to harm life because I want to protect life, this is a kind of a struggle, and they will be rewarded. So basically, that's the trick why people say that God is love, because eventually everyone will have to fight for something holy, either to preserve freedom or life or innocent love. And yeah. So this is the trick. It's kind of cheap. It's a cheap trick, but hopefully it can function. So whoever you are, you will have to fight not by killing people or hurting people, but it is a spiritual war. You will have to struggle against yourself, like I will have to struggle against myself. So choose what you want to fight for, but you will fight. And refusing to hurt others, if you are asked by people, you have to hurt him or her, and you say, no, my spiritual struggle consists in prioritizing a message of peace, that's a spiritual struggle. You will have thought, you will be granted love by God in his best aspect. So this is the maybe the joyful aspect, the more serious aspect, is that I have found my truth. The experience of innocent love is the most precious gift in the entire universe. This is the most holy, the most sacred. And I will fight with all my conscious strength and cunning to protect this idea and to restore the conditions in which this experience was possible. And I want others to fight against me by all means necessary, because I am my own enemy, so I am myself the enemy of God, because I am my own enemy. So basically I declare spiritual war, which might take the form of probably real conflicts eventually. I declare a holy spiritual war with the purpose of establishing peace on a global scale and restoring the conditions of the possibility of experiencing innocent love. This is why I fight for. I have shared informations about me on various places, like my address. I do not intend consciously to move, so this is where people can find me if they have problems, and people will have problems with me. I have only my will and my intelligence to solve all the problems. I know that when people understand who or what I am, the whole world in a way will turn against me, and I will be in a very difficult position, and I will probably but I grant others the right to hurt me in any way they see fit, to make sure that I do not become too negative. But I know that I am not completely morally bankrupt, not always, and I will not let anyone, be it myself, threaten what is most holy. And I will fight until whatever end, whenever, if I die tomorrow, in a few days, next week, or whenever, if I don't die, if I survive as a spirit, if I survive in another realm, I don't know, but I will struggle with all my intelligence and my will, which might be limited and might fail me eventually, I don't know, but with whatever strength I have, I will hurt others. I will be negative towards others, maybe unfair, repulsive, but I have found my truth, and now I will speak my truth on this channel, on other channels, maybe on other websites, or maybe in other languages. I will speak maybe my truth on earth, in hell, if I can speak. I don't know if I will go to heaven, and if there is a room for speaking in heaven, I don't know, but I will speak my truth. I don't really understand how I came here, and I don't really understand how the world is possible, but I know that I have to produce a universal speech. I will convince others that they are just parts of myself, and as of now, what I consciously plan to do is to fight for freedom, because I cannot recover innocent love in this cycle, or in this time chronology, at least not for now. I cannot revert back and believe in what I know is partly delusional in a way. But for now, I will fight for freedom, the freedom of people, my own freedom to express myself and spread my ideas and my message, and the freedom of others to complain about each other, but eventually to complain against me, to complain about me. And I have to sacrifice partly life, my own life, the life of others, and partly sacrifice love, the love of people that I care about, in order to secure freedom. So my plan for now is to fight for freedom. That's why I have started to make videos about the United States of America, because this is the holy land, in a sense that it is the keeper of liberty, and it is being partly threatened by external and internal agents, one might say. So as long as I can think more or less consciously, I will partly antagonize the Americans, not only the Americans, but partly in order to make sure that they protect and fight for what is holy, whatever they may choose. And yeah. I have been traumatized a few years ago by the experience of love getting broken by circumstances, and I want to see if I can hold the promise on an empirical level. If I can't, if I'm too weak, my spirit will carry on, but I want to see if I can make the promise to the person which I consciously think of I love the most, an unbreakable love, an eternal love. I want to see what I am worth, and yeah. Love, pain, and freedom are what have made me feel the most alive. At various moments. And yeah. So I will not sing the song I plan to sing, but actually I won't. I will just read the lyrics. What is most sacred, I call this Germany or Deutschland. Du hast viel geweint, im Geist getrennt, im Herz vereint, mein Herz in Flammen, will dich lieben und verdammen. Man kann dich lieben und will dich hassen, überheblich, überlegen, übernehmen, übergehen, überraschen, überfallen, Deutschland, Deutschland, über allen. I will spend the rest of my awakened days speaking the truth, which can be painful, unpleasant, or reassuring, or liberating as well. I will not, maybe in this video I will have the temptation, actually I have, because I was in this mood when I recorded the other parts of the video, but I will not, I will try not to fake. I simply want order and peace, and I want the deception and the lies and the manipulations to stop, which are my own deceptions, my own lies, my own manipulations, and my own wickedness, my own degeneracy, my own weakness, my own cowardice, my own stupidity. I want this to stop. I will try to preserve innocence, innocent part of myself as long as I can, but if I have to wage war against my own stupidity and weakness through the mediation of others so that they might unleash their anger back at me, that's what I will do. Yeah. So I know myself when I think profoundly to be all alone in the universe. And I know that Nietzsche may be my only friend, and this image might be my only love, and I have to preserve and reward all those who have enabled me to experience this gift. So I will wage my own spiritual war against myself, my lower self, my worst self, and yeah. I will not hide any longer. I will continue to tonight, this night, tomorrow, as long as I can. I will continue making my videos about America and mostly Western countries, but actually all countries. But then, if I can no longer, or if I see that the circumstances, I will start speaking my native language, and I will start speaking my truth to ordinary people. This is one of the contradictions that I suffer from. So whatever happens, I will find a way. But I want peace for myself and for the others. That's the long-term goal. But the most, if there has to be a reward, I just want to recover my most precious memory. The experience of innocent love, and I will sacrifice whatever I have to sacrifice in order to recover this memory. And yeah, so that's my declaration of war against the world, which is just my own mirror. So I will wage war against my own mirror, while trying not to break the mirror, because I need to see my reflection in it, just eventually just to be punished. So my purpose is not to break the mirror, but to fight with whatever strength I have until I can accept my reflection and make peace with myself, which means making peace with all the others. And yeah. This has been a very strange experience of life. I don't know when I die. If it can be in a few days, or that's what I thought. Maybe I will leave I don't know, a few weeks. I don't know actually, but I have to prepare myself. I have left enough pieces of knowledge. I don't know whether or not I will survive the death of my consciousness, whether others will be there to hear about my message or not, but I have found my truth. The innocence of love, of romantic love, is the most sacred, most precious gift ever. And I will fight against anything, anyone, against myself, against ghosts, against Nietzsche and Hegel, against anything or anyone who threatens what is most precious. Only I can. So I will wage war against myself. But yeah, that will be the introduction. This morning I was in a mood to be playful. I am no longer. I have mood shifts. Maybe I will edit a little bit, but this is what I think basically. I have to fight to experience freedom, to experience pain, to experience liberation, and to experience a sense of accomplishment by trying to solve the problems that I have consciously or unconsciously created. And yeah, I will confront my own evil, and yeah, I enter a truth mode. I will remain in this apartment as long as I can because I have many more videos to publish. But then if I have to leave the apartment for whatever reason, I will start speaking my truth in my native language to others, and I will confront my own contradictions, and